Let me ask you a brutally honest question. How many times have you walked out of a meeting thinking, I nailed it? I explained that perfectly, exactly the way I wanted, only to watch nothing change. You weren't unclear, you weren't wrong, and you weren't inaccurate, but you were ineffective. And in leadership, accuracy without execution, it's just noise. If you're a leader who's tired of repeating yourself, tired of agreement without execution, and tired of carrying the emotional weight of everyone else's performance, you're in the right place. I'm Chris Hunsicker, and this is the Dealership War Room. This isn't motivation, and this isn't theory. This is a daily leadership briefing for people who have to produce results in the arena every day, at work and at home. 7 minutes, one truth, one execution move. You're in the war room now, so let's go. Most managers are addicted to being right. They explain, they justify, they clarify, they restate the plan again and again. And when execution doesn't follow, they get louder. Here's the truth. Most leaders, they don't even want to hear this. Your team doesn't get paid to understand you. They get paid to execute. You can be accurate, logical, clear, passionate, and still fail as a leader. Because being right does not move behavior. Effectiveness does. I once coached a GM who said to me, Chris, why do I have to sell them? It's their job. And I told him something that stopped him cold. People are not objects to command. They're volunteers with pay plans. They can comply, they can resist, or they can lead. And most managers, without realizing it, train resistance. Here's how. You tell instead of close. You explain instead of influence. And you correct instead of connect. And then you wonder why you're exhausted. Here's the leadership upgrade that changes everything. I would rather have a mediocre plan with relentless execution than a brilliant plan with inconsistent follow-through. Execution is the scoreboard, not buy-in, not head nods, not they said they understood, results. And results require persuasion. That's why so many elite salespeople struggle when they become managers. They abandon the very skill that made them great. They stop selling. And when you stop selling, you start forcing. Force creates compliance. Compliance creates minimal effort. And minimal effort creates burnout for you and them. Effectiveness, on the other hand, creates momentum. And momentum creates belief. And that drives action. Right is cheap, effective is rare. That's the whole episode. That's everything right there. Quick pause. If this episode is calling out to you in a good way, hit like and smash subscribe. This channel exists to help leaders turn clarity into execution. And I don't want you missing what's coming next. All right, let's dive back in. Here's today's war room tool. Before you speak, especially when you're frustrated, run your words through this filter. Ask yourself, will this change behavior or just prove I'm right? Will this increase ownership or create defensiveness? Will this move make execution this week and not someday? And if the answer is no, don't say it. Reframe it, sell it, close it. Leadership is not about saying more. It's about landing better. And you know how to do that. If you're realizing right now, man, I have been accurate, but not effective, I've got something that will help. Text the word hard to the number you see on the screen. You'll get instant access to our AI execution assistant, built to help you. Do things like structure hard conversations, translate clarity into follow-through, and lead without blowing up trust. Text hard to the number on your screen. Now, let's turn insight into action. Let's make this work. Let's make this practical. Drop this line in the comments. What's one thing that you keep explaining instead of actually selling to your team? Just name it. That's your leverage point. Let's access it. You don't need to explain harder. You need to lead smarter. Tomorrow, in episode 243, we're talking about why blame is the signal that you've hit the edge of your skill set. So for today, go out, create some leadership fire, and I'll see you tomorrow in the Dealership War Room.